Hello and welcome back to Dragon's Dogma. I'm Gildus, and we're in the encampment. Last time we left off, we had just gotten Madeline to the encampment safely.
People, born in a drifting world.
Yes, thank you, Rook.
From the rift.
And we were going to explore a little more the encampment.
There's a humbler structure than I'd imagined.
Yes, quite humble. And destroy every crate we see.
These the soldiers make their beds there.
Alas, there's not much back here.
Save your talk for the captain.
I guess the only one we're supposed to talk to right now is Captain Mercedes. Empty crates. How do they expect to defend us with empty crates?
Times are hard indeed.
So let's go ahead and talk to the captain. But first, I check and the salesman still isn't here yet.
Strange power emanates from within.
I am Mercedes. I lead the men of the enlistment corps. I've heard talk of the Arisen. They say you hold dominion over the pawns. I've ordered pawns to take up swords and fight myself, but they are a clumsy lot. I cannot call them into this world as you do, though, nor make traveling companions of them. What manner of magic lets you command them so? Well, it matters not. The dragon is come. I'll welcome any help, be it pawn, artisan, farmer or fishwife. Make use of the encampment as you please. Are you in need of rest? As
Yeah,
you
I
will.
think we could rest.
Repose is the better part of readiness.
Surely nothing bad will happen. Oh, wait. Well, you don't see that every day. This is a Hydra. And they are a fairly nasty monster to deal with. As you can see, they are eating soldiers by the pairs. I climbed the wrong direction on it. Now, Hydras are incredibly nasty in the main game. This is the tutorial Hydra, basically, so it's not too bad. Oh, they killed the soldier up there. But even so, it's chaotic. Look at that, 3 soldiers at once. That can happen with your pawns as well. The Hydra can start swallowing your pawn, and you have to rescue them. It can start swallowing you. At least you can struggle. But yeah, this Hydra is very toned down, thankfully. All we need to do is remove one head, and this battle will end. And luckily it happens right before we get eaten. And that's the symbol we saw on the Cyclops' forehead as well, if you'll remember.
I am impressed.
Oh, be damned! This your handiwork? For truth? Oh, what did the lack of an idol doing here anyway?
Ancient tales of the Arisen are well and good, friend. But make a gift of these heads to the Duke, and you might earn yourself a real title.
Wonder what title that would be.
Arisen. I see better now from whence the legends arose. Good judgment, swift footwork. Impressive, truly. In any case, the Duke will want to know of this attack. I'd hoped to gather a larger force before leaving for the capital. But a Hydra's head and the Arisen who claimed it make up the difference amply. I cannot say what the pass may hold. You'll need your strength. It will be slow going with the cart. I dare say you'll have no trouble catching up. We'll meet at the Way Castle. Till then, I bid you rest well. 'Tis a long road ahead.
I've learned what
Let's
to do in
see.
this quest.
As you can see, our pawns learned a little bit from the quest. Obviously. I wonder what title the Duke would give us. So far, all we've done is slain a Cyclops and removed one head from Hydra. So, Snake Slayer? One-eyed monster beater? I don't
I
know.
saw it from my spot at the post. What was it? It's been dispatched then? Thank the Maker. Hold a moment. Is Kina not with you? She was said to lead the village in search of art for your wounds. I thought you accompanied her. These are dark times for a girl alone in the wilds. Any idea where she might be off to?
Built to keep out goblins, I think.
The chief worries after Kina as well.
Kina's hope for this.
I pray she will not let the forest alone. If another beast such as that Hydra were to appear. The chief worries after...
So Kina, the girl who helped us initially, is missing.
Set out from here and
So
we'll
we're
be on
gonna
the path
beeline
towards
it and try and find her first. The capital can wait. Here we find another notice board quest. Always good to have as many as you can. There's no limit to the amount you can have, and you'll always be killing things, so might as well make them go towards something. So you can see the encampment is currently in ruins, and it'll remain that way for the rest of the game. And here's the NPC that I was looking for.
Arisen, I am honored to make your acquaintance. This pawn is known as Jonathan. I am a collector of items from other realms. All that I have, I am willing to offer you. I only ask a small payment of rift crystals in return. I attempt to seek out rarities, so please take a look. Surely you'll find something of use.
Now,
as you will, sir.
this guy sells items that he sells for rift crystals, and these are special items, such as these. These potions affect your pawn's inclinations, which is their habits. And he doesn't sell the neutralizer potion at this point, which resets all of their inclinations. But that comes later. Here he sells skin pigments and the art of metamorphosis. You can change your character's face and body build and everything with that. He sells eyeglasses, which don't have much use, as well as jewelry, which has less than no use. I don't know who you would show it off to. I don't know, but like 1,000,000 and some odd rift crystals is a lot to drop on a ring with no stats. But these potions, you can use them, neutralize your pawn settings, and then use the potion to set all 3 of their inclinations. There are 3 of them. And you set them in reverse order from tertiary, secondary, to primary. 15 potions each, and they're locked in, pretty much. So you give them 15 potions of whatever you want their third inclination to be, 15 of what their second will be, and 15 of what their first inclination will be. And that will set them in, and they won't be able to change it very easily. It's a good way of making your pawn do what you want.
The produce looks quite
up to more trouble.
Oh no, of course not. And I didn't steal that money from your house either. Definitely wasn't me.
Greetings. Slowly but surely, the village is recovering its calm.
Just going around talking to people, getting the general feel. They've updated now, they're less panicked from the dragon, and they talk about what you've done more recently. As well, I go back and find that crate I spotted so many videos ago. And I could have used it back then too. It's better than nothing. Now, let's go see the village chief. See what he's got to say. Oh, village chief can wait.
Why not avail yourself of the inn to rest?
Another exterminator mission, this time bats.
How's the day find you?
Oi, good fisher. I've a favour to ask if you've the time to listen. 'Tis a matter of warding the village from crime. I would ask your help. I knew I could rely on you. Truth be told, the crime has already come. A thief, cousin.
Uh-oh.
He strikes the same spots each time. Geraldo's grocery and Estella's apothecary have suffered, as I have. The rat steals in o' nights and pinches the food and vital stores we've gathered
who would
for
do
times
that?
of need. A skilled wretch, too, and well crafty. There is a strict order to his thieving. I've spoken with the others, and we've agreed upon a plan to catch our rat. They are none too pleased at this violation, and eager to be quit of it. Best you go and speak with them. Come and find me after. I will explain the plan.
Whew. Thank God someone's taking the fall for us. 'Cause we definitely aren't thieves. No, sir.
Hold, Minnow. I'd have your ear a moment. It's been a full sun since last I saw Kina. She spoke of the Witchwood to find a cure for your wound. If she's gone there for true, I beg of you, find Kina and see her back safely, ere some ill befalls her.
We need to go to the Witchwood.
I've learned what...
Kina feels for you. She does. Your wound is oft on her mind. I thought her holed up in her room, poring over one tome or another. But at last look, I found her gone. She most like stumbled on some remedy for your condition and set out in search of it. The lass never was one to sit idle. I only pray danger passes her by.
Now, the journey to the Witchwood is quite dangerous.
The Witchwood? It is well removed from here.
See, if your pawns know something about quests, they will give you little hints.
Some refuge I chose, eh? 'Tis almost a blessing I was blind with fright. I heard a low growl while I was down there. Had I seen further back? 'Tis too
Yes.
frightful to think on.
Now I cut around a bit.
Aye, there's a thief about, and I've the missing wares to prove it. I even chanced to see the rat scurrying off.
Didn't get a look at his face, right?
Quick as a flash he was. I'd have been impressed had I not been so angry.
Ooh, yeah, he didn't look like me, did he? 'Cause I definitely wouldn't steal.
They've wares to sell here.
Or vandalize. Oh, yeah, forget that. Ooh.
I hear it was a soldier what opened the well, for want of a place to hide from the worm. Bah! And now something he saw down there has him in a right panic. I'd thank him to stay his tongue. I've use of that well, and he'll need him calling attention to it.
What use could he possibly have for the well?
Hear you've taken up work over at the encampment, eh?
Great. My husband says the Maker has a plan for us all. I try to believe him. But if he's wrong, well, I try not to think about that.
That's the best course of action. Yep. We're gonna find that thief, don't worry, guys.
I suppose it matters little where I reside, doesn't it now? Even should I flee the village, the dragon could easily follow.
Here's Valmiro, and he's a semi-important guy.
That was a dragon, for true. The first in 50 years, they say. For all the tales, I never thought it could truly be so massive.
We'll see more of him later. Oof. Yeah, those vandals. We'll catch them one day.
A most unsettling noise comes from the well of late. 'Tis half a growl and half a laugh. Most unsettling.
I love it when pawns just smash the shit out of everything.
I heard the news. They say you're to set off on a fantastic journey. How exciting to travel the world. You've just got to tell me of the amazing sights
I'll be sure to brag about it. Here's the other victim of the thief.
I'd not believe such villainy could be found in Cassardis had I not been a victim myself. The scoundrel even uncovered my hidden stores. I told no one of them. 'Tis clear the felon is no common cut-purse, but a thief of considerable skill. We must put a stop to him.
Oh, don't you worry. We're gonna stop that thief.
Preparations are complete,
Yeah,
Master.
I'll just take these. We'll get him, don't worry.
Ready, are you? Then I'll explain. He's fierce and fleet of foot, dashing about the village as he goes about his business. When the thief arrives, you'll give chase, good fisher, and we'll have those pawns of yours keep watch outside the village. With luck, you'll catch him with ease, and before he can pinch any more of our wares. Well, questions, cousin?
Nope. Let's bust this asshole. Who definitely isn't me.
Done with your preparations, good fisher? There's time yet. Or are you ready to rest until night? Then we wait. Our plan begins with night's fall. I shall go stand watch elsewhere. You head that way, good fisher.
This quest can be difficult.
'Tis time. I've faith in you, cousin. And why not? As arisen, petty thieves are a simple quarry.
Yes, for I'm not a petty thief. This music is constantly playing when the thief is nearby you, but he is fast as hell, and you have to pause, pretty much, and try and grab him. So your character comes to a complete stop and tries to grab him, so you gotta kind of predict where he's gonna be. And if you take too long, he runs out the front gate, and you have to try next night. Because he just keeps coming back. Oh, and there he is. And he's constantly grunting. And then I lose him. And then I find him. Yeah, so you gotta pause, so you gotta grab it and time it where he's gonna be at that exact moment. It's difficult, and thankfully, I luck out. Because he flips out on a crate.
Unhand me.
I was so lucky.
Just as planned.
Brilliant work. Find you. It was fine work last night, good fisher. What's more, the rat you caught has a loose tongue. He spoke of the company he keeps. A band of thieves that style themselves the Iron Hammer. They've taken a stronghold in the south for their home. Seems they eat well on the goods they pinch from the merchants walking the nearby roads. If you cause to head south, pray keep watch for their ilk.
Yes, we caught the thief that was responsible for all of the missing items in the village. Yes.
I've been searching the woods, but still no signs of the ones who ran. Seems fear carried them farther than I'd warranted. Not that
I have no idea who he's talking about. Cattle? I don't know.
I come from Artie stock.
My body is quick to recover, and my mind is always ready to adapt, come what may. I thank the Maker for my gifts in times such as these. Village needing rebuilding and all. Suppose the First Order is a new peer what can withstand a dragon attack or two, eh?
Oi, Agov. Oh, oi.
I've regained my stride, I have. The body's finally given to listening to me again. It is thanks to you, good fisher. Still, I'll not be straying far, long as the roads are crawling with beasts of all sorts.
I'm in fantastic shape, curled in fetal position on a bed.
This is a
Now we're taking a somewhat of a shortcut to the Witchwood through the well.
I'll take that.
This looks interesting.
Now we're gonna find out shortly the reason I picked 3 mage pawns. Now, mage pawns are frail, but so is every other pawn at this point in the game. So, we'll see coming up why I picked them. These are vermin. The rats aren't very aggressive. Same with bats. Well, bats are aggressive. Snakes, bats, and rats, and spiders are all vermin. They're small. Here you'll see a bat get up in my face.
This bridge is too far decayed to use.
And the thing about vermin is, typically your pawns won't attack them.
Treasure, perhaps.
Like that snake and that bat. The pawns don't go for that stuff, typically. So it's up to you to kill them. And snakes are the most annoying, because they sneak attack you. And poison you. And there it is, poisoning me again. And for some reason, whenever it jumps onto this bridge, it disappears. I have no idea. Now here you'll see, when you get wet, your lantern goes out. I apologize for the darkness. But here's our Korean word. It's gool, which is lair or cave. Remember, I went on vacation in Gangwon-do, and we went into a pretty cool ghoul. It was part of a gold mine, and apparently bandits hid out there many years ago. It's pretty interesting. And then so you're walking in a cave, and then suddenly there's a bright LED light display with like colorful Smurf goblins mining. It was quite bizarre. I try and use the cloth, but I forget it's the wrong cloth, and this one does not dry you. So every time you get wet, if you want to use your lantern again, you have to put it away, wait for the animation, and then take it back out again, and you'll be okay. And I finally get that damn snake. What an asshole.
Leave it to me.
So yeah, lantern juggling in wet areas is not fun. Here there are more bats. And bats are a pain to hit sometimes, but typically one hit will do it. They're just an annoyance. There's another river there, but I don't want to juggle my lantern just yet, so I'll explore it later. There's not much there anyway. Okay. Here we find the rats eating an ox corpse. That's gross.
I shall restore your health. Hold on.
Rats are gross. Yeah. And I think that is the sound that the guard and the others heard. Let's see what made it. And there it is, a giant lizard. Except it's got a spear on its back, too. These are saurians, and they are pretty nasty. This is a very difficult quest when you first start, if you don't know what you're doing. Now, the reason I picked 3 mages is that mages are brittle, but so is everyone else. But the difference is, mages pretty much disengage whenever possible. So the mages are always running and trying to evade. Rook obviously failed there. But I need my pawns distracting these guys and trying to evade them so they stay alive as long as possible, allowing me to pick off one at a time. The weak points of the Saurians are their tails. If you cut the tail off, their defenses drop dramatically. And as you can see, they're also weak to ice, which mages cast. So they can freeze them completely, and as you saw, one of them shattered. And once you get their tail off, they're not too much of a problem. So I used my pawns to distract them and keep most of them, occupied while I went through and took off their tails one by one. If you try and take them on head on, you will get your butt kicked. And if your pawns try and fight them head on, they'll get their butts kicked. The good thing about letting your pawns tank every hit is they don't die unless you're specifically fighting death, in which case, yeah, they do die. But a pawn simply becomes incapacitated for the most part. Oh, I love it when they shatter. So wonderful. Pawns will become incapacitated and they will kneel on the ground with a small rift above them ready to suck them in. So if you don't rescue them in time, they will eventually get sucked back into the rift. But you have plenty of time to revive them, and they gain about half their health back when you do that. So you can just let your pawns do all the fighting, and you just run around and resurrect them. It's a good tactic when you first start out. And it's one I took full advantage of here.
I'll take that.
Now the fight after this I also took advantage of it for. And many people know about the next fight coming up, but that'll be in the next video.
What's that?
Here we are just ransacking. Not sure what grapes are doing down here, but, hey, whatever. I'll take them. Lots and lots of herbs down here. Pretty good place when you first start out, because they're all pretty useful. And they can all be combined into something more useful later on. We found a piece of armor, but none of us are fighters, so we can't use it yet. We'll find a guy. As we make our way out, this room. Now, one of the things that bugs me about snakes the most is they're like the last thing to load in. So you couldn't see any of them there. They only really appear when they jump out at you, and it's too late. So they're almost always a guaranteed poison, unless you like throw a bomb at them or something.
I shall restore your health. Hold on.
I get confused because normally that door has a piece of wood blocking it, but it was destroyed in the scuffle with the snakes. So the only way to get through that door is to unlock it from the side we came from. Here we are in a little storage room. Sometimes there's bandits in this room, but sometimes it's spiders. And these spiders, all they do, they shoot a web that can slow you down, and they also shoot poison. They're just a minor annoyance.
Hold on.
And we get a pretty good chunk of cash from here, too. Not bad. Now, we've completed the well quest, but our main priority is saving Kina, and she is currently suspected to be in the Witchwood. And the Witchwood, well, that takes some getting to. So we do that next time. And I hope to see you there.